back to Bobblehead Homestead. My name is Jeff. Over here at the new property again today, and I want to give you a little progress update over here. We left off with running the electric and water lines from the electric pole to the well house, and from the spigots to the well house. So that was good. That needed to be done. However, the well house, nothing in there worked that we were aware of. All right, let's go take a look. Wiley and Sal and Jen with my skid steer and a rented trencher and electric line from the pole to the well house. This was the line that was there. So that was, that was not enough electrical to do what needed to be done, and it wasn't connected. So nothing in the well house was working when I bought this property. So we knew I wanted more electricity in the well house. So we ran the line and put a 200 amp breaker box in there, ran the appropriate electrical line for 200 amp, ran 100 amp out to, there's going to be an RV outlet over there, 2 RV outlets over there, and the water spigot. So the well, there was a well in here, the well did not work. There was an electrical line that was not hooked up, it did not work. So since we did the trenching, Wiley has been hard at work inside the well house, making sure the electric and the water does work. I'll get him over here to explain all the stuff he's doing in the well house. It's still under construction, or I'll get him to do a video on his channel explaining. But yeah, so let me go on inside here. The previous owner had taken out the pressure tank, and that is the well in the corner. We assumed the pump down in there worked, but you don't know until you know. We didn't know until we had electricity hooked up to it, and now we know. So Wiley put the pressure tank in, ran the plumbing for the spigots outside, electrical for electrical coming in, and then we had to hook up the electrical for the pump, and yeah, so there we go. Do I have water yet? Wiley did it. I've got water, and that means the electricity works too. That is a huge relief, because without power there is no water, without water there is no water, and without power and water there is no 4th of July party. So yes, that was the holdup. We've all been through it, and everybody knows I've been through it many times. You know, assuming something's going to happen doesn't make it happen. So I was getting a little stressed out. We're getting, we're only a month and a week away right now, and still got work to do over here. But, things happen all the time. I won't get into all that. We all know how that goes sometimes. But yes, I was not confident until I saw water coming out. That, the well, maybe the well pump was bad. We had no idea, because, now we still need to test the well. I want to test how much it holds until it runs out. And I want to test, empty it, and then see how long it takes to fill back in. So a neighbor stopped by after we were doing all this work on there and says it's a great well. Well, I'll figure that out soon enough. But it should be sufficient. Now I've got power and water over here. I could not have done a 4th of July party without there being water and power over here. And I'll believe it when I see it. And now I see it. So now I can get around to getting this 4th of July party off and planned and going. I was, there was a small part of me that maybe I need to cancel this. If this kept dragging on and on and on, and we're a week, I don't know when that cutoff would have been for me canceling it. because stuff comes up, and then I don't want all these people planning to be here when I got no power and no water, and that'd just be no fun. Still a lot of work to be done over here before the 4th of July. I do have the RV outlets. They just came in, and so you know, we'll get to all this. We waited for it to rain because when it rains, all of this settles in, and so it's best to wait until after a hard rain to come out and smooth all this out. So now we'll have to get on that. That spigot works. There's another spigot back there, and I'm assuming that works. I haven't driven back there yet. So yeah, and this RV, we ran a 100 amp line over there, and I got a 100 amp RV box. It will do a 50 amp, a 30 amp, and a 20 amp. And yes, it will power all three of them. It has three separate breakers, a 50, a 30, and a 20 breaker in there. And it is rated for 100 amps, so it will run two RVs at the same time, a 50 and a 30. And then I'm also going to put another RV outlet on this Wellhouse. I've got that for it. So I'll be able to eventually hook up 3 RVs over here. Yeah, I'll get Wiley over here, or get him to do a video on all the stuff that's going on in there, because it's going to be more than just a well house. It is outdoor shower, outdoor sink, washer and dryer in there, you know, power for RV outlets and regular outlets. He put a spigot on the side of the well house, and there's a lot of stuff going on in there, and it's really improving the value of this property, having electric and water, you know, ready to go, and it's ready for expansion. You know, I've got the 200 amp line ran to the well house and a 200 amp box. Well, in the future, you know, whatever, putting and we got the line over there for 100 amp. Well, hey, take out the, you know, convert that line to a 100 amp circuit breaker board, and, you know, have a shop over there. So yeah, now that I've got the water and the electric going, lots of possibilities over there. Okay, I'll get back to this in a future video, but I got work to do at home today. Chickens in the hoop coop brooders that need to go out into the hoop coop flocks, because I've got chicks in the metal shed brooders that need to go out to the hoop coop brooders. So I didn't film it, but last night I was out here doing some weed whacking, and let me show you what I'm working on. So this is where my 3 hens are, this hoop coop, and I actually had 2 fences around it. Double protection from all the dogs, neighborhood dogs and raccoons. So what I did last night was, you know, the weeds are coming up and they start putting pressure on that fence, and the fence doesn't work as well. So with my push behind weed whacker, I weed whacked here. To do that, I had to take down half of this fence. So there's a smaller one you can see running, and I'm gonna unhook this while I think about it. So this fence goes around this fence, and it went all the way around and then back to here. So I took this half of it up so that I could weed whack. Now I'm gonna put this half of it back so that I can weed whack along the other half of it. And then this will be where I move the hamburgs. And then with the hamburgs out of the hoop coop brooder, I can bring all the chicks in the metal shed brooder out here. So that is the goal. I'm gonna put this fencing, this half of the fencing back in place. And then as you can see, I got a weed whack along this. And but first, I got some of this thicker stuff that the string on that push behind weed whacker couldn't take it down. So I got to come back out here with my handheld weed whacker with the blades on it and take out that thicker stuff. And then like this is mullein. Look at that nice mullein. I'm gonna have a bunch of seeds. I just left that in place because it'll give them some shade or whatever. And the fence will go around this little patch right here. All right, back to work. Let's get some of this thick stuff out of the way. I just stuck that in loosely for now. I can finalize that later, but it frees up my little green spinny thing, and so now I can start taking around the taking down the other half of the fence, and I'll go do that now. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see much of it anyway, but I'll leave it recording. I got the other half of the fence rolled up and out of the way. Now it is ready for some weed whacking. But man, it's like 93 degrees today. So I'm gonna take a break for a little while, and maybe the sun will go behind some clouds again and help me out. But in any event, time for a break. That turned into a lot longer break than I had originally thought. Today was the hottest day we've had this year so far. It was 93. And yeah, and the sun, when the sun was behind the clouds, it was, you know, tolerable. But once the sun was fully shining, I just stayed inside. It's now after 8 o'clock. I've got maybe half an hour of daylight left. So I better stop yapping and get to some weed whacking and see if I can't get that done, get this fence put back up. And then tonight after dark, start transferring some chickens. After dark's usually the best time to do it because they're docile and you can just snatch them off the roost and go about your business. But I got to get to work. More things to get with the handheld metal blade right behind me, and then I can get to putting the fence up. We'll see if I beat the dark. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the Whiting True Blue boys. Yeah, he's trying to crow. Good for you. Those Whiting True Blues, they mature fast. That's good. Okay, I'm done filming, but I am gonna go finish straightening out this fence and putting it in, and it'll be dark, so I'm gonna sign off. Oh, and I gotta put these little ankle biters to bed too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. Take it easy.